super price, like all the Kombat, signed by Manu Martin, 167 euros with the discount code CARCHIA10 on Padelmarket, which is a really super price.
For quality?
For build quality, construction,
yeah.
But Alvin, let's say from the beginning, we didn't like this racket too much.
Not too much.
So, when we don't like racket, we used to say, we are not saying that all the rackets are good. This year, a lot of racket, we like a lot of rackets. Most that racket we don't like. But this racket really did impress us. We didn't understand this racket.
Yeah.
You understand? Do you agree, Alvin?
Yeah, I agree.
Let's talk about the name of this racket, but first, hello everybody. I'm Emiliano.
Hello.
It's Alvin, and we are on Padel Review and to talk about the
Kombat Vesubio.
Another Volcano, signed by Manu Martin with Kombat. What our followers have to do? Followers and not followers are our viewers.
Comment this video, share with a friend, like this video and subscribe.
And tell to one of your friends, subscribe to Padel Review and please, because we have to reach the 5,000 followers by the end of the year. Very tough. Huh?
It's difficult.
But we do believe it. We believe in dreams. And which
it's
Kombat?
Like a car, build your dream.
Which Kombat do you like the most? Tell us in the comments. Let's talk about the price. As we said, 167 euros with the discount code CARCHIA10 on Padelmarket, which is a super price. The Kombat are really...
The old Kombat, yeah.
Value for money is always the best. This build quality of this racket is huge. You can hit the surface, you can hit the glass or reja, and the racket really stays really with no scratch, everything. But we didn't like the racket, so I wouldn't buy it for 167. Let's talk about level, upper, intermediate,
yeah,
and advanced.
Left and right.
Left and right, yes.
It's the same.
The same, but upper, intermediate, because this is not an easy racket to me.
No easy.
Do you agree, Alvin?
I agree.
Technical features of the Kombat Vesubio. Diamond shape. Three-dimensional twisted carbon. Heva that on the website of Kombat say soft medium, but for me is intermediate, almost hard feeling. Raw surfaces, very comfortable grip, but terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Wristband. Terrible. It's too long, and during the games I played with this racket, I was just becoming crazy because I didn't know how to tie to my wrist. So you have to use the wristband and then tie like 3 times to your wrist. It's very, very, very uncomfortable. And but you can also change this wristband. But that's one of the worst things of this racket.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Alvin?
I agree.
Alvin, let's talk about weight and balance.
The weight of this racket is 357 grams. And the balance is 27.1 centimeter.
It's high, but the racket is maneuverable.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Alvin?
Yeah.
I agree. Now let's talk how this racket, the Kombat Vesubio, performs from back of the court at the net and overhead shots. From the baseline, the Kombat Vesubio performs pretty well, especially on lobs. Thanks to the solid ball output, you get deep, high lobs with minimal effort, really effortless height and depth. But the sweet spot isn't that big. So you really have to be precise. If you don't hit it clean, the response drops off quickly. That said, despite the high balance of 27.1 centimeters, the racket actually feels agile. It moves surprisingly well in defense. Now, about the wrist strap, it gave me serious trouble from the back of the court. I just couldn't figure out how to tie it comfortably. It kept getting in the way, especially when defending deeper shots. A small thing, but annoying. At the net, you need to commit. If you don't hit confidently, you see balls dropping into the net way too often. This racket isn't very forgiving on soft or tentative volleys. Where the Vesubio does shine though is in blocking and flat volleys. There it gives you a nice clean punch. Spin shots, they are okay. You can generate spin if your technique is solid and contact is clean. But it's not a spin-oriented racket by nature. Now, this really surprised me. Flat smash is explosive. Seriously, I wasn't expecting that kind of power. When you connect properly on an overhead, the Vesubio absolutely rips the ball, but the Vibora, a nightmare. And I say that as someone who usually loves that shot, I really struggled. The ball kept flying long like glass wall long. I had to drastically slow down my swing just to keep it in play. As I said, for me, there just wasn't that spark with the Vesubio. It didn't click, and that's a shame, because at just 167 euros with the code CARCHIA10, the value is incredible. You're getting a well-built, powerful racket, but only if it matches your style. It's definitely not an easy or forgiving racket, but in the right hand, it can be a serious weapon. Just not in mine. Like and subscribe if this helped, and drop a comment if you have tried the Vesubio yourself. Alvin, it's time to rate the Kombat Vesubio. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
From baseline.
7.
Lobs.
8.
At the net.
7.
Control.
7.
Maneuverability.
7.5.
Ball exit.
7.5.
Sweet spot.
7.5.
Apex.
8.
Power.
8.
Portress.
7.5.
Smash.
8.
Vibora.
7.5.
Value for money at 185 euro.
6.5.
I think one of the best things of this racket is the value for money, but not just this racket, all the Kombat and all the Kombat signed by the great, one of my idol, Manu Martin.
Grande.
It's time to say goodbye. Follow, subscribe, share, tell to your friend. Everything you can do to help us, please, is appreciated. See you at the next video. Ciao,
See you
ciao.
soon.